Hey everybody, Deanna Parks here with the Homestead Project. And in this video, I'm going to be answering the question, how viable is the Homestead Project? Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm answering the question, how viable is the Homestead Project? Is it just an idea on paper, or is it an actual legitimate thing that we can be doing? So the answer to that question is, well, yes, of course. Bottom line is we have a school, we have land, we have the support of the entire town of Perryville, including the city administrator, who is the guy that runs the town pretty much under the mayor. And we have connections to equestrian centers, people who have a heart for youth and wanting to help them, especially troubled youth. And we have the support of the state working with orphans. So my gosh, I mean, this has been amazing as far as what Perryville has provided for us thus far. And Perryville specifically has such a rich history. There is connections to World War II there. There's the National Shrine to the Miraculous Medal if you're Catholic, which I am. And so that kind of thing just totally makes me geek out. There's the National Memorial for Veterans. So they're very supportive of law enforcement and military. And there is a Toyota plant there. There's that literally employs like half the town. They have engineering scholarships. There's the community college there that offers scholarships. So there's a lot of just local resources. And then of course, there's just a ton of great small businesses that are there. So all of which we are able to have as resources for the Homestead Project and be able to plug into and get the kids plugged into and be able to give back to the local community. So this is just a really great little town. You want a place where the kids can be out on the street and the police officer happens to roll up and be like, hey, that's a Homestead kid right there. Let's find out what's up. And it's good for that community feeling, which is what orphans really need. They need that feeling that you're part of a larger community, a larger body of people who love and care on you. And again, small town conservative values, Christian values. It's just a wonderful, wonderful little place to raise a family. The town, the city government is working very hard to bring in more tourism and expand the town, which is how the Homestead Project has been such an attractive project for them because of that connection to tourism and bringing in more people. So the school that we have found is this beautiful stone architecturally designed building on the property of a Vincentian community, and that is a Catholic religious order that's there. They used to have a seminary, and now it's just a retirement community, but they have all these old buildings and beautiful buildings that they still have, that one of which we have to be able to potentially use for our school. And that's a kind of a conversation and open conversation that we're having with them. But now comes the hard part of raising money and finding the teachers and the administration to run the school and all that. But the important thing was finding a building, and we found that, and it is really great as far as that classic feel. The land that we're looking at is 36 acres, and it is in walking distance of this school. And it's right off of Highway 55, Old Route 66. It's straight down from St. Louis, 90 minutes. And it's incredible as far as the location goes. It's really, really awesome. So the idea with the land is that we want to be able to put an initial dormitory there, some single family housing for the host families and families that want to support these orphans, and then maybe even have some land set aside for some animals. But the point is that we have land as well that's available right now. The cost of that land is expensive. The guy that owns it is asking $500,000 for it, but it's because of where it's located and it's mostly cleared, so there's not anything to have to clear on it. It's just a really great piece of property for us that would be wonderful for a good starter point for us. It's a good starting point. So when we met in Perryville a couple weeks ago with the city administrator, he had us meet with all these different individuals, a group of people was from the Children's Division from the state of Missouri, county and tri-county area, chief deputy officers and deputy officers that work with juvenile delinquents. Having them all at the table together, getting to pitch the Homestead project to them was very exciting, and they were really excited about being supportive of this venture as well. And so the bottom line is there's a ton of youth that need help, and this is a really great answer to it. It's going to be a hybrid of 3 or 4 different programs that are currently going on in the state of Missouri. So we'll have to work on getting licenses and permits for being able to be able to house the orphans. But long term, this is really, really very cool and a unique, one of a kind thing in the state of Missouri. And then there is the connection to the Southeastern Missouri University, SEMO, and that is in Cape Girardeau, which is 30 minutes south. So I got to have a sit down with the chair of the film department there, and they have a College of Art and Design and a certified program with film and television. So, and a theater department and all sorts of stuff. So it's artsy, you know, it's very exciting. So to be able to have that connection to a university and be able to offer that mutual benefit of expanding their programming and programs and helping to, you know, recruit filmmakers and artists from the school, you know, new blood. Perryville has a very good job outlook. So they have more jobs than they have people. So basically, if you are looking for any kind of, if you're looking for employment, especially in the blue collar section of jobs, there are so many available: welding, construction, truck driving, agriculture, engineering. And these jobs are very well paying, according to Brent, the city administrator, 60 to 80K easy. Some of them even go into 6 figures. I mean, and that's coming from California, that doesn't sound like very much. But when you're talking about cost of living in Missouri, where you can buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house for like $200,000, that's pretty darn good. You talk to me and I'll talk to Brent, and we'll make you, you know, we'll get you employed if you need it. How are we going to move forward from all of this? Well, we want to get connected with the colleges. We want to get connected with the Toyota plant and their engineering programs, because they offer scholarships for students studying engineering. So we really want to plug into that and have a good relationship there with their companies. We want to have expand our relationship with SEMO. We want to continue our conversation with JROTC and get a JROTC program connected with the school. I'm working on trying to get connected with Unreal Engine, which is a virtual production company, and they specialize in everything virtual production for Hollywood. They're one of only 2 companies that I'm familiar with right now. I'm sure there's others that are growing out there as well. And so getting plugged into the virtual production community is going to be really important as well. Basically, it comes down to, we need to spread the word. We need to be able to raise the funds for this. There's a nonprofit out in Missouri here called Impact Foundation. And basically, if I am able to bring a couple of individuals or one very generous individual to the table that is willing to invest $50,000 into the Homestead project, then they will kind of use that as a way to get me plugged into this larger network of other kingdom building investors. So that is really exciting. So if we want to be able to work towards that, we are crowdfunding to be able to cover our legal fees and initial startup fees. So that will help us to get established our business and nonprofit entities. That'll help us to trademark them, especially with the Homestead Studios and the Homestead Project in general. And then we want to be able to invest in filmmaking equipment, of course, because when you're talking about virtual production and having a physical location, that, you know, there's a lot of equipment that's going to be needed for being able to do all of that, especially on a larger scale. Small scale, that's certainly doable. But as far as doing larger scale Mandalorian type projects, that's eventually what we want to build up towards. All right, guys, that is it for me for this video, but I will look forward to seeing you on the next video. And please, again, click subscribe, share these videos, help us get the word out, and we'll see you on the next video. God bless you. God love you. We'll talk soon.